Have you ever found yourself just wondering where you really come from? I don't mean just a few generations back. I mean way, way back. It's this deep, universal curiosity we all have, right? Thinking about the incredible chain of people and places and moments that all had to line up perfectly for you to even exist. I mean, really think about it. For most of us, if we're lucky, we can trace our family tree back maybe 100, maybe 200 years. But what if you could follow one single, unbroken family line all the way back, through fallen empires, across entire continents, deep into the pages of history?
Well, get this. Today, that is exactly what we're going to do. We're diving into a family line that has been documented across an unbelievable 53 generations. That's a journey stretching over 1,400 years. So let's grab that thread and see where it leads.
What we're about to do is follow this sort of golden thread through time. It's a single-family story that connects these vastly different worlds and some pretty major historical figures in ways you would just never, ever expect.
So here's the game plan. We're starting in the 600s in Arabia with a prophet. Then we're jumping to medieval Spain to meet the kings of Al-Andalus. After that, a wild pivot to the British Isles to find princes in Wales and powerful earls in Scotland. And finally, we bring it all home to the modern era with the Wise family. It's going to be quite a ride.
All right, every great story has a beginning, and this one starts on the Arabian Peninsula, right at a major turning point in world history. We're dialing the clock all the way back to the 6th century. The documented start of this entire sprawling lineage is the Prophet Muhammad. Now, having a founder who is such a major, well-recorded historical figure is just incredibly rare. It's what makes this whole 1,400-year chain possible to even trace in the first place. So, from the Prophet, the line passes directly to his daughter, Fatima, and then to his granddaughter, Zainab. From there, it continues through their descendants, Hussein, Zohra, and Naim II. These first few links in the chain are absolutely crucial, setting the stage for a journey that would take this family far, far beyond Arabia. Okay, fast forward a few hundred years and the family's story takes a massive leap. They've traveled from the deserts of Arabia all the way to the Iberian Peninsula, to what we now know as Spain. And it's here, in the amazing melting pot of Al-Andalus, that their power and influence just explodes. By the 11th century, this family has become royalty. A central figure from this era is Abu Amr Abad II, who became the king of Seville. He ruled during this incredible golden age when cities like Seville were these global hubs for science, for poetry, for art, just a stunning backdrop for a thriving dynasty. And right when you think you've got this story figured out, Arabian origins, Spanish royalty, it takes the most jaw-dropping turn imaginable. The entire lineage makes a complete geographic and cultural jump from the sunny courts of Spain to the green, rugged hills of the British Isles. I mean, just look at the sheer scale of this shift. On one side, you have an Arabic-speaking king of Seville. On the other, his direct descendant, a man known in the records as Gorgy le Grand, a Welsh duke. Now, history doesn't give us all the juicy details of how this happened, but this is the undeniable pivot. This is the moment the dynasty's DNA gets woven into the fabric of Celtic Britain. And the family's place in British nobility is absolutely cemented by this guy, Llewellyn the Great. And he wasn't just some minor prince. This man was a powerhouse. He basically dominated Welsh politics for 40 years, uniting all these different Welsh kingdoms. He's another huge landmark figure in this family tree. From Wales, the family line begins to move north into Scotland, mostly through some very strategic marriages. Llewellyn's daughter Helen marries into Scottish nobility. The line then continues to her granddaughter Margaret, who becomes the Countess of Sutherland, and then to her great-grandson William, the 5th Earl. Through these connections, the family becomes deeply rooted in the Scottish aristocracy. So after centuries of being princes and earls and kings, the line shifts again, this time into the world of the Scottish lairds, which brings our story much, much closer to the modern world we recognize. So in the 1600s, we find Sir William Stuart, a laird of Grant Tully. A laird is basically a Scottish lord, a major landowner with a ton of local power. This really marks one of the last noble chapters in the journey before the family line transitions fully into the modern era. And from here, things really start to pick up speed. The line passes through Robert Cowan, born in 1758, then to Joseph Cowan, then Helen Scott, and then Elizabeth Beveridge. It's her son, Robert Wise, born in 1877, who officially carries the name that brings us to today.
leading directly down the line to L. Samantha Wise, a person who is alive right now.
So let's just pause for a second and take that in. We've gone from a prophet in 7th century Arabia to kings in Spain to powerful princes in Wales to earls in Scotland, all leading down to one family living in the 21st century. It's just staggering. This chart does a great job of showing the incredible tapestry of cultures that are all woven into this one single family. You can see these huge chapters spent in Arabia, in Al-Andalus, in Wales, and then for the last several centuries in Scotland. It's such a powerful reminder of how connected human history really is. You know, the Roman philosopher Cicero said it best. To be ignorant of what occurred before you were born is to remain always a child. And knowing a history like this, it isn't just about cool names and dates. It's about really grasping the immense, almost impossible journey that leads to right now.
And all of this leaves us with one last really fascinating question. This is the story of just one family that happens to be meticulously documented. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it, what kings or rebels or pioneers or storytellers are hiding out in your family tree? What incredible hidden journey led directly to you?